stopping halfway. To the other side. There you go. Stay calm, Carsahh. Control the...
Hey guys, what is going on? In today's video, we are spamming the headquarters passing system down in IBJJF Charlotte. We're going to be going for knee slices, hip switches, double unders, a bunch of different passing styles. And then at the very last 10 seconds of the match, I'm going to go for an armbar. Will I hit it? I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. You guys, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe. With that being said, let's get right into the video. Alright guys, so round one, we're going up against an opponent named Joe. He's from Charlotte Jiu-Jitsu Academy. They're known for their leg locks. So I'm anticipating that he's going to pull guard, and he does. As soon as he does that, I'm going to move straight into headquarters. I see the body lock, but I'm going to opt to disengage and then re-engage back into headquarters. As he tries to pull me into single leg X and get under my hips, I'm going to keep my knees pinched in together and then keep a C grip on his right leg to make sure that I can backstep out of the single leg X attempt. From here, I'm going to move back into headquarters and then attempt a knee slice. Now, the reason the knee slice didn't work right here is because as I went for the underhook, I failed to pin his right hip, allowing him to get his right knee back inside and recover his guard. You'll see this pretty consistently throughout the course of this match, and it's actually the biggest lesson that I've picked up from this tournament today. I started to notice that he wasn't allowing me to pin his hip, so when he tried to bring his right leg back over, I tried to throw them out of the way for a Toriano pass, but I ended up slipping and he recovered his guard. So he's going to pull me into his closed guard, and we're going to sit here for, maybe the next minute or so, but here's what's going on in my head in this position. Ideally, I want to keep my hands on his hips and avoid doing what I'm doing right now, which is framing on his upper body. Something I also am trying to be aware of is keeping my posture high, which I'm not doing as well. But, we live and we learn, and that's what these tournaments are for. Right here, he threatened the armbar, and that would have been a pretty bad situation because my hands were so high up on his chest. He's going to start attacking a Kimura on my left side, but I'm going to switch to a body lock while in close guard to try and negate that Kimura. As he's fishing for it still, he's going to leave his wrist open, and I'm going to capitalize and take that. Now, being a close guard player for most of white belt, this was such a strong position for my opponent, and I always hated when they did it to me. Even though it's such a strong grip, I'm going to end up abandoning it, and luckily I did that because I'm going to need those seconds at the very end of the match, but we'll have to wait and see why. This next move I learned from Bird, which is just stand up and pop your hips as hard as you can to try to get their guard off of you. Fortunately, he's not going to let go that easily, but now I have good posture and I'm going to start working to break the guard. As he goes to try to triangle or omoplata, I'm going to keep my posture high and start to backstep out of that position. I'm immediately going to re-engage with a double ankle pin and let him extend that right ankle as I keep pressure on his left ankle. One crucial mistake that I made right here that I later fixed in the training room with Gabriel was I had absolutely zero pressure on my opponent from headquarters, and that's why the knee slice was disabled so easily. When I entered into headquarters, I had good pressure and my opponent was carrying my weight. However, when I went for the knee slice, I released all pressure, allowing him to easily get that knee shield back in. This will create a scramble, and in the midst of that, I'm going to try to switch side to side passing, but I was on my knees, so I didn't have enough mobility, enough to continue walking around toward the head and finish the pass. But with his hips facing me, I'm going to leg pummel into headquarters and then go for another knee slice. Similar to last time, I relieved all the pressure off of him, and it caused the knee slice to fail. Even though the knee slice didn't work, it enabled me to chain the double under pass. What I'm doing right now is I'm making sure that I keep my hip low and trying to fight that left hand frame in order to get chest to chest with my opponent and secure the pass. I'm going to get 3 points, and I'm working towards a north-south position. A really key detail that you can see in a lot of positions in Jiu-Jitsu is while I'm on top, I'm making sure that there isn't any weight on my knees. All my pressure is directly on my hip, which is directly on his face. Right now, I'm working towards a north-south choke. Gabriel's really famous for this, recently defeating Mikey Musumeci in Who's Number 1 this past year. Joe defends the choke well, and as he goes to recover his guard, I'm going to tripod across his hips and then go to knee on belly. From knee on belly, I'm going to stuff his arm, enabling me to lower my posture and then take his elbow and put it into the crevice of my hips and then go into mount. I'm going to get 2 points for the knee on belly and then 4 for the mount, and then we're going to reset back in the middle. As soon as we reset back in the middle, I'm going to go for a mounted triangle by controlling his left wrist, but he's going to attempt to recover the guard, and I'm going to abandon it and get into side control to maintain a good position on Joe. Joe's almost able to escape, but I'm going to swim my left arm into the inside position of his hips, blocking it and transitioning to north-south. From here, I'm back to working the north-south choke. I have my left arm wrapped around his neck, and I'm trying to use my ribcage to make it a more uncomfortable position, as well as try to make him face towards the left side. Okay, so now we're in the same position that Gabriel subbed Mikey in, with both hands on the outside of his arms and the grip locked up, as well as his head pressed up against my ribcage. However, he starts locking up a north-south grip of his own from the bottom, and I start to slowly lose my breath. I realize this, and I'm trying everything I can do to prevent him from getting this choke and get out of this position. Guys, this is an absolutely terrible position to be in. I need to defend this choke, but I'm also gasping for air. Even if I'm able to escape, I could lose this match due to pure exhaustion, due to the adrenaline depletion coming from breathing so heavily. Just as I think he might actually have it, I'm able to escape, and we're gonna reset back in the middle and continue the match. What saved me was my ability to get my forearm between his grip and allow me to create space and escape the submission. As we reset back into the middle, I'm going to move right back into headquarters and continue on another knee slice. Similarly to the last 3 times, I relieve the pressure and he's able to get the knee shield back in. As I try to establish headquarters on the other side, he grabs my leg and attempts to pull it into single leg X. Luckily, I was able to leg pummel, and then from here, I'm going to hip switch and pass his guard for the second time. So what made that hip switch so effective is, as you can see in the headquarters position, I was making him carry my weight. I posted my right hand on the floor, but I kept a collar tie on the back of his neck, so after I hip switched, I could get chest to chest a little bit faster by pulling myself into him. After that exchange, I'm now up 12-0, and there's only 40 seconds left on the clock. While I am winning on points, I'd much rather win with a submission, so I'm going to try everything I can to make that happen. As we transition to north-south, he's going to leave just enough space under his left elbow for me to get my thumb under and begin to start locking up a Kimura grip. The transition to the arm is a little sloppy, but I'm making sure to keep a lot of pressure pushing down on the Kimura grip to block his legs from coming back into me. Minutes become seconds, and I'm so close to the submission. His legs fall, and I take my left leg, push up against his right bicep, and take the arm with just under 10 seconds left in the match. Alright guys, that is going to do it for this video. In the next video, I'll be facing the #1 seed in the lightweight blue belt division. If you guys could do me a huge favor and like the video, it really helps the algorithm and helps me make money without any harm to yourself. So make sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new. Also, if you guys could do me another favor and comment down below what your favorite passing position is, whether that's headquarters, body lock, the outside passing system, and then who you think teaches it best on BJJ Fanatics or YouTube. Anyways, thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.